You know, every single day, we make trash. We toss something out and we don't really think about it again. But what actually happens after it leaves our hands? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and follow the incredible, hidden journey our trash takes.
Think about it. We say it all the time, right? Oh, I'll just throw it away. But have you ever really stopped to ask yourself, where is away? That one little question, that's the huge puzzle we're digging into today. And believe me, the answer is a whole lot more complicated and important than you might think.
All right, so let's dive right in and start at the very beginning. It's what we can call the throwaway problem, and it all kicks off with a simple action most of us barely even notice we're doing.
So what is waste, really? I mean, it's more than just what's in your trash can. It's the plastic bottle you use once, the mail you don't need, the food that goes bad. But really, at its core, waste is just an idea. It's anything that we decide doesn't have value anymore. It's a judgment call we're all making constantly, every single day.
And look, this isn't just about what you and I throw out. When you take our personal trash and you add it to the absolutely gigantic amount of waste coming from factories and businesses, well, the scale is just staggering. We are literally talking about millions of tons of stuff being tossed out across the globe every day. And that's how the simple act of throwing something away suddenly becomes this massive collective problem.
Okay, so that brings us right back to that big question. We get what waste is, and we know we're making a ton of it. So where does it all actually end up?
For a huge portion of our trash, the end of the line is a landfill. Just picture these enormous, carefully engineered holes in the ground where we basically bury our garbage forever. But here's the catch. They're not bottomless. A lot of major landfills are actually set to be completely full within the next decade or so. And finding room for new ones? Almost impossible. We're literally running out of away.
And this isn't just about running out of room. As all that waste sits there and breaks down, or, doesn't break down, it can leak nasty chemicals and greenhouse gases. It creates this toxic sludge that can seep into our groundwater, which is terrible for the environment and for the animals that live there. This growing mountain of trash has some very real and very hidden costs.
But here's the thing. The story does not have to end in a landfill. Not at all. There's a really powerful alternative that can give our waste a completely new lease on life: recycling.
So what exactly is recycling? Well, at its heart, it's this amazing idea of transformation. It's about changing how we see our trash. It's not an endpoint, it's a resource. It's about taking things we've thrown out and turning them back into the raw materials we can use to make something brand new.
So, how does it work? Well, this whole journey kicks off with you, right at home, with a simple act of sorting. From your bin, all those materials go to a facility where they get cleaned up and processed. And this is where the magic happens. That old glass jar or that soda can gets broken down and is literally reborn as a new product, ready to be used all over again.
So why does all this matter so much? Why is this journey so critical? Well, because it completely changes our relationship with the planet's resources. Every single can we recycle is one less that has to be mined from the earth. That directly saves our natural resources and cuts down on the pollution that comes from making things from scratch.
But here's the thing, it's not just about that blue bin you put out on the curb. To really get the whole picture, we've got to look a little further. We've got to look beyond the blue bin.
See, what we do at home, that's only one piece of the puzzle. You have to think about the entire life of a product. From the waste created just to make it, to all the layers of plastic and cardboard it comes in. Companies and corporations have a massive role in this whole waste stream we're trying to deal with.
Look, solving this whole waste problem, it's a team sport, right? Our job as individuals is to do things like sort our trash and bring our own bags. That creates the demand for a better system. And then it's up to the companies to meet that demand by doing their part. Using less packaging, designing things with recycled materials, and making products that are actually built to last. Neither side can really win without the other.
All right, so let's bring this all the way back home, back to you. Because even inside this huge, complex system, the choices you make every single day have a real, concrete impact.
This is where the little things we do every day suddenly become a really big deal. It's about shifting our mindset from just using things once and tossing them, choosing a reusable water bottle, taking an extra second to sort your recycling the right way, or planning your meals so food doesn't go to waste. These aren't just tiny chores. They're real decisions that, when we all do them, create this incredible ripple effect.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question to chew on. After everything we've talked about today, after seeing the whole journey, what's one thing you'll rethink throwing away?
Because the real change, it doesn't start in a landfill. It starts right there with that one choice.